All right, we're going to try something at practice that might be a little aggressive for 7th graders. We're going to give it a try, and if you guys are ready for this, we'll build upon it. If you struggle with it, we'll take a step back on Saturday and we'll do something a little bit more basic. So I really want to see what you guys could do. Okay, so I'm showing 3 guys on offense, 3 guys on defense, and a pass going out to the 3 on the wing. Now, I might want to mention this play can be run in either direction. So that first pass can go either way. We're only going to run it to one side for this example. And once we've got it down in practice, we'll start adding the other side and adding more players. Okay, so on the pass to the wing, the passer is going to screen away. So they find the defender for their man on the wing, and they run and set a good screen. Part of what I'm going to be judging players on here is how well they set this screen and how well their teammate comes off that screen. Okay, so once we've set that screen, there are 3 options that we could run out of this play. Every single one of those options requires all 3 players to make a read off of each other and then react once the play is started. And that's the tricky part of this. It's not as scripted as other things you might have done in basketball. So what we're seeing here is the 2 coming off of the 1's screen, curling into the paint and getting a pass for a layup. Now, if that pass isn't there, if the 1 shuts it off, what the screened player does is pops back out and moves towards the ball handler to get a pass. Of course, once the 3 passes, they have to cut to the basket as always. Okay, let's reset it now. So we'll throw that pass again, set up our screen. Now, what we're going to show is the defense reacting differently. So the 1 and the 3 are making reads off of the defense. The ball handler is making reads off of the 1 and the 3. Whatever the 1 and the 3 decide to do, the ball handler is going to react to that. So here we see the defender off the 1 making a hard switch to cover the cutting 3 player coming off the screen. That makes it hard to make that curl to the paint. So instead of trying to make that curl to the paint, what the 3 will do is they will pop up to the top for a shot. And once that happens, the screening 1 will seal off that 3 defender and roll to the basket. That move to seal off the 3 requires a pivot to open up towards the ball handler and then a step to the basket. Okay, now let's look at the 3rd option. We've got our pass to the wing and our screen away. Now what we're seeing when that screen comes in is the guard on the 2 is going to try to fight through that screen and stay with his man. What the 2 would do now is fake coming off the screen and make a simple backdoor cut. We should be looking for a pass to score off of that. Now, one thing I want to emphasize with all 3 of these options, whenever someone's cutting inside, the other player has to go outside. We don't want this player trying to make a move inside when we've already pulled the defender into the paint. So we want to spread the floor, get good spacing, and keep our defenders on the run. Okay, so now just to review our 3 options, we've got the move coming tight off of the screen. And when I say tight off of the screen, this guy's shoulder should touch the hip of the player that's screening for him. As soon as this player with the ball can see the hands of the cutting player, that ball should be on its way. So that's option 1, curling in and then popping out. Option 2, if the defense shuts us off, we pop out for the pass and the screener rolls in. Option 3, if the defender tries to stick with his guy, we make a little hard cut and cut back door, and then the screener would pop back out looking for the outlet pass. Now, one thing I'll mention, and this one's a really good example of it, if we're cutting low, whoever's popping back out to get clear, what you're trying to do is get clear of the defense, but still be close enough to be a factor if you can get a shot off. We want to take the highest percentage play we can get.